Okay, so start of the new week and the new day today for Bitcoin. We had a pretty good week. We had the pullback, and I believe the last time I did a video, it was the 28th or the 29th. I probably should have checked before I started. It was, I think, on a Thursday, and I said that we needed to be cautious. We did have, I believe it was this day, it was the 29th. So let's see, the 29th. Was it the 29th? I'm pretty sure it was the 29th. It was the 29th, and we had this reversal candle here, and I said we closed below it, and I was a little concerned. We had to be mindful of it, but that the funding rate was actually negative, and that was a plus. Since then, the funding rate has gone positive, and we had a good movement. That was, I believe, on Friday. Uh, we had 7, almost 8% day. We had good momentum coming in. I believe you could see it on the 4-hour CMF, where we started to get momentum building. We had the dip, and then we were flat. Whenever I did that video here, but we had a rising indicator. Um, it was kind of moving with uh, the price, but I mean, you had bullish divergence here on flat price. And then it kind of started rising. We got that early Friday where price kind of broke out. We can look at it on the hourly as well. That was here. We started to get bullish divergence here as price flattened out, which was good. So we're on an 8. Most likely tomorrow we'll get that 9. I think we'll at least get as high as this 6, so like 58.5. I think if we can get another 9. The CMF is starting to go down. I think on the weekly it is as well. It is. Then he really needs to start turning up. We can look at the on balance volume. See what that looks like. That's pretty flat. Daily, it's gone down. And there really isn't any hidden divergence in it. It's kind of just going, yeah, it's pretty flat still. So on balance volume hasn't really shown anything. That's neutral, if best. I know the hash ribbons had sent out a signal, capitulation signal. This will go into a buy once the hash rate. It's starting to recover, but once we get above this, and then we get a 20. No, it's the 10. It's a 10-day moving average over the 20-day moving average. I think that's not going to happen any sooner than the 5th of May, so Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So another 2 days, we'll see what the hash rate is. We could get a pie signal there, so we could get our 9. We could get a pullback. Our moving averages going up, and then our hash ribbons going up, and then we can get a buy signal, and then maybe tomorrow on this 9 day we test this upper limit. We get close to like 60. I mean, is there anything there telling me that other than the T sequential? I said the CMF didn't look great. It is trending down, but again, still kind of neutral. On balance volume was flat. Let's look at the RSI since we did have a decent move. I mean, that's broken through the 50 level on the 4-hour. We went here, we pulled back. This really needs to break through higher for us to get any higher on price movement. It's flattening out here. I know we were above the 30 MA, so that would have given you an entry, but I think we would have exited as well. That would have given you an entry here, all the way down at 53. You'd still be in the trade. You would have got out here, and then it's kind of mellowing flat. But it just recently had a breakout. There's a 9 there that did get retested. We're finding resistance there again, so that's clearly a resistance area. If we get a green number closing above a prior green number above the 9, that should give us enough momentum to get to 60, which isn't that far. But we should be able to see that in the CMF if that's the case. And we kind of are. It is trending up a little bit. It would have to break definitely this plateau area. Initially, first, this kind of high. It kind of has. It's flattening out. Really needs to get above here. Show good momentum. Yeah, let's look at the funding rate on the smaller. People are starting to go net long. It was nice. I saw those couple of days. That was good. I did enter some more. Buying the dip. I mean, we're just in consolidation. We've been here for a while, but this was good. We had to pull back. People were terrified and scared. I think some are still a little terrified and scared, thinking we went here, it could go lower. Trying to time this, but I mean, that was a good pullback, and historically, if you would have known the way the bull cycles work, that was a good opportunity. I saw a lot of analysts kind of bearish, and I was, I was being cautious. I wasn't bearish. I was neutral uh, at worst here, that we could get lower, because I said if we had here and then, you know, we did close below it. I said there could be a probability that we would get lower prices if that happened. We had this nice build up that Friday, and I think it's mainly because we had that negative funding rate. I mean, our CMF had already started to creep up in those early hours, and then it just broke out. Let's look at just a regular volume and see. Well, I'll bring up the unbalanced volume again. That stayed flat. Let's look at the regular volume and see what that looked like. It wasn't. I mean, there wasn't anything spectacular happening other than that morning, and on the daily. I mean, the volume was a little, even on this move, the volume still wasn't impressive. It was just average at best. So we can look at the Lucid SAR though, because that gave me the signal for the breakdown for this week here, where I said you could put in that buy order at 53,250. We're coming down. I think the 4 hour broke. The daily broke up, so that's good. We really just need to break out of this channel. So other than that, we're looking for our hash ribbon signal to give us something. That's usually a good buy. I know the pi cycle, we've already passed that. Let's look at our Bollinger Bands. Let's see I'm going to look at our width. I'd rather look at our width to see I know our volatility is probably going down. Yeah, it's still continuing to go down, which is good. That's just hints of consolidation, even though this seemed like a big price move. It was at 31% pullback. I thought I drew it out. I didn't. No, it wasn't 31. It was like 25. Am I saying? 27.5. So even though we had that pullback, the volatility is still going down, which is, again, evidence that we're consolidating, which is good. Yeah, so we could see some increased volatility. We're on the upper end of this channel. That's good as far as price action potentially going up. Again, I'd like to see the CMF increase there. It's not quite going the way I want it to, but I would like for it to turn, and we'll see if that happens. So yeah, I'm fine. We can look at the Mayer multiple real quick. Yeah, our resistance area will probably be around 62 if we get past the 60 area, and then we could break out to maybe this upper band. I mean, we've been here. We came down a little bit. We'll see if there's resistance there. Does that match with my Fibonacci's? I think it does. 61, yeah, around 62. So there's our resistance. We break there, we'll probably get to the 70s relatively quickly. Let's look at our golden ratio multiplier, because that was showing that's right around 75. So that could, like I said, I think we'd get to 70 rather quickly. Cycle repeat, again, fun to look at. It's still saying almost 500,000 for this cycle, but that's just a cycle repeat. I did want to talk about a little bit about so there's an upgrade coming to Bitcoin, and that actually started today during this difficulty cycle. So each difficulty cycle adjustment is about 2 weeks or 2016 blocks, and it's called Taproot. And the improvements there it will increase privacy for multi-sig addresses for multi-sig wallets. It'll also make it a little bit those transactions lighter and cheaper. There's some improvements in there for Lightning Network as far as, again, for privacy. So you can look, that started, and you can read about this speedy trial. I'll put the links in here if you're interested on how this process is going, where they're calling speedy trial. There's the rules here. They basically need 90% signaling from the miners that they're ready to upgrade to this. And right now, there's actually a Taproot watch. It's not going so great. The difficulty, I think, started early this morning, this new block. So we've had some blocks through, and the green is signaling that they are ready. Red is signaling that they are not ready. Again, here's the 90% threshold that they need. Right now, I think we're right around 1%. So not going so great, but based on the rules here, they have about 3 months they'll go through it, and if it fails, I think there's a valuation for 6 months after that, to where they'll start signaling again if this is ready. And this is the biggest improvement that's happened since they had the fork from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, which Bitcoin Cash had horribly failed. So if you're interested, I'll put these in the video if you want to read more on them. But here's the watch. This will be going on potentially for 2 weeks if they get signaling all and they get the vote, the 90% threshold. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen this time around. So it'll have 3 months to do that. You can read more about this speedy trial proposal. Oh, I said I'll put those links in the video, and I will. I closed that one out. That was just a watch right here. This one. So I'll put that in the link. I'll put this so you can read about this speedy trial for Taproot. You can go to Coindesk. There's a lot of articles in there if you want to read more about it. There's a good video on Tone Vase's channel with Jimmy Song talking about a little bit more in depth. I think there might be something on BTC Times. I'm surprised they didn't cover it. They probably should have. But you can find some on Coindesk, some articles, and there's a bunch of different links, and you can read more about it. So, but that's about it. As Bitcoin, I think we're neutral, just like I was last time. Like neutral to, just that's about it. I'm not really leaning anywhere. You're not going to go full bullish until you get above this breakout area. Really, probably 62. The all-time high stands at 64, say 900, depending on the exchange. I think we're looking okay. We can get the 9 tomorrow, have a little bit more of a pullback, but we're still consolidating on this upper end, which is very, very good. Not worried about it. Really think we're in mid-cycle and we're going to go higher. So I think that's about it for Bitcoin. That's all I really wanted to cover. I know I had talked about gold and silver earlier in my last video. That looked good earlier in the week, and then it kind of faded out. I also talked about oil. I think that's showing a little bit of strength now. It started to fail, and we're right here at this historical trend line. We'll see. It could still go sideways for the next couple of weeks, but there isn't really any other asset I wanted to cover. I mainly cover Bitcoin. There's not a lot of other analysis, but I think I like to think I do it maybe a little bit better. So yeah, that's about it, and thanks for watching.